Hey, what's going on, everybody? My name is Corey, better known as the Seaman, and I want to welcome you to another edition of the Seaman's Cinema Sit Down. I tell you, fighting off a cold, maybe the best thing to go do is go see two movies that get you all jacked up and energized, man. It's like after 1 o'clock in the morning. The second movie I went to, we just saw Sonic the Hedgehog 2. That was phenomenal. That was my first movie. You want to see my thoughts, you can check them out up there. But the second movie I was going to see wasn't necessarily something like I was super enthused about. I'm not going to lie to you. Michael Bay has tried to ruin my childhood many a time. But like, not too many people do action the way Michael Bay does action. You got Jake Gyllenhaal, who I absolutely love in this movie. You got Yahya Abdul-Mateen II, who I absolutely love in this movie. You got Isa Gonzalez, who every time I see her pop up in something, she does something phenomenal. There were lots of things that just are like, I gotta go see this movie. And I didn't necessarily have super high hopes. But I tell you, I think I'm more energized than I was when I came in. And I mean, Sonic the Hedgehog got me, you saw, it got me in a good mood. This movie, though, pulled me to the edge of my seat, made me jump a few times. I wasn't anticipating enjoying this movie as much as I did, but I had a pretty damn good time. What am I talking about? Why don't you pull up a chair, take a seat? We are fresh out the theater at the AMC in Port Chester after seeing Ambulance. And look, man, when you're talking about a Michael Bay movie, there are lots of things you know. The camera is just never going to move. It's never not going to move. It's just going to constantly move nonstop. Like, there are so many times in this movie where I just want to grab Michael Bay and be like, bro, please, just let the camera sit still for like 2 seconds, man. Like, so many tight close-ups, and the camera is just always... You know what you're getting when you're getting a Michael Bay movie. Tons of lens flares. Script, it's not perfect. I mean, there are things like you got a cop dying in the back of this ambulance, and this ambulance is doing like 360s on highways in LA, and a place where there's so much traffic, there is almost no traffic in the movie. And, there are things that are inherently wrong with this movie. It's not technically like a good movie, but hot damn, dude, does Michael Bay know how to do action? Like, nobody does action the way Michael Bay does action. As much as I want the camera to stop moving sometimes, as much as I would like it maybe to play a little bit more realistically or be a little bit more grounded, like, nah, man, it's not what you come to see a Michael Bay movie for. You want the absurd action, and this movie has all the absurd action you could ask for. I can't tell you the last time I was on the edge of my seat as much as I was in this movie. And in the third act, there had to be like 3-4 times where I was like, no, don't, like, caught me off guard. Like, it's one of these things where it's like, you got actors that you like, so that pulls you in. 2 of your actors are technically doing bad guy things, but yet you're pulling for them because you like the actors. And of course, you got one guy who's going to be a little bit more, he's got the good reasons to do the bad things, and you got the other guy who's just there to do the bad things because they want more money. You get invested in that stuff, and naturally the movie's gonna have to play out in a way where like things are gonna have to the way you would expect. But it didn't stop me from having a freaking really good time. And you got 3 powerhouse performances in this thing. You got Jake Gyllenhaal, who's just having the time of his life, man. That dude, I tell you, it's like Michael Bay called up Jake Gyllenhaal, was like, hey, Jake, you want to be in a high-speed chase for 2 hours and just choose scenery? Because dude chooses scenery better than anybody, man. Jake Gyllenhaal's having so much fun. He is batshit crazy in this movie. And it's one of those things where it's like, you just love Gyllenhaal, but you forget, like, he plays not good guys more often than you think. And he is a really good bad guy. And of the 2 guys who are doing bad things in this movie, he's the one that's more of the antagonist, and he's phenomenal at it. The guy who is a little bit less of the antagonist, Yahya Abdul-Mateen II, also phenomenal. Not chewing scenery the way Gyllenhaal is. He's the straight man. But man, does he give you... Told you. I haven't completely stopped the sickness, but I'm feeling a little bit better after these movies. But Yahya, he's pretty stoic and pretty almost one note for a lot of the movie because he's driving. He's doing a lot of the driving, and they don't give him a ton because he's doing that. We do get to a spot where we're able to, and every time he gets a chance to act or shine with the performance, he does. He grabs you and is like, hey, look, they're not giving me a ton, so look at me right here. And he's really good. Isa Gonzalez, like I said, every time she pops up in anything, I am just here for it. She is fantastic, and she does exactly what you would hope she would do in this movie. She holds it down. She is your person, your EMT that's trying to save lives through this whole movie while people are driving like maniacs and shooting and killing and exploding and all sorts of things. She's the one person who's constantly trying to save lives, and I loved everything she gives you from a performance, man. I mean, she just pours everything she has into this one. I love where they go from a storyline, how they utilize her, what you get to take away from like what an EMT goes through on a day-to-day basis, how they operate, how her character operated. That stuff all really worked for me. And the others, people like Garrett Dillahunt, who's in here, and some of the others that kind of supporting on the police side, all do really, nice things. And this is a typical Michael Bay movie. It is not perfect, but the action is insane. The car chases in this movie are insane. And like I said, man, it pulls you to the edge of your seat. It got me to like, no, like few twists and turns and surprises. Like I was wildly entertained. I like this movie much more than I anticipated to like it. So let's get the Sea Maniacs up, man. Look, anytime you go into a Michael Bay movie, you know the issues that you're going to have. They're all here. The movie looks exactly like you would expect a Michael Bay movie to look. But that's what we come to the movies for. We come for that specific reason. And Bay, I tell you, for the first time in a while, I really feel like he was back in that groove when I was younger and I was really digging Bay. This action movie hits. The action is stellar. Gets you to the edge of your seat. The suspense moments are just insane, and you get phenomenal performances from Gyllenhaal, Yahya, and Isa Gonzalez, and everybody else that pops up in this movie. So, like, as not great as it might be, Ambulance is a hell of a fun ride, and I gotta give it 3 out of 5 Sea Maniacs, man. I got nothing else to say, man. It's a wild ride. It's entertaining, and it's a hell of a good time. And I tell you what, tonight's excursion gave me 2 movies that show you why you go to the theater, because they get you engaged, they pull you in, they get the excitement, they get the crowd to cheer, they get the crowd to gasp. Like, these 2 movies, like them or not, are 2 movies that so perfectly exhibit why you come to the theater. So Ambulance might not technically be great, but I had a hell of a good time. So 3 out of 5 Sea Maniacs for the old Seaman. Now I want to know what you're thinking. Have you seen Ambulance? What did you think? Where does it land in the litany of absurd Michael Bay action movies? The last one I saw, I think it was 6 Underground on Netflix. It was nice to see a Michael Bay movie back on the big screen. So how'd you feel about all that? Did it pull you to the edge of your seat? Did it get you to gasp? Did you like the performances? Or was it too much Michael Bay? Man, I mean, the camera just never stops moving with this guy sometimes. But anything you got there, if you haven't seen it, if I enticed you to want to see it, was it already on your list? When are you going to go check it out? What are you looking forward to? Anything you got on Ambulance, good, bad, indifferent, goes down below in the comment section. As always, if you enjoyed this video, please give me a thumbs up. And if you're new, you want to come hang out to see me anytime, we at the AMC in Port Chester or wherever I be. I got some stuff from Florida I'm going to put up that I didn't get out because I got super sick right after I got home. But you want to be here anytime. We're watching movies, TV, trailer, reactions. We got some Moon Knight going in on a week-to-week basis. We got Doctor Strange coming. You haven't yet, and you want to show a little love and support to this guy, you want to come join Sea Maniac Nation? Well, all you got to do, jump over there, hit the subscribe button, hit that little bell if you want those alerts. And until next time, it feels good to be back going to a bunch of movies. It's always fun at the theater, and I'm glad I'm feeling a little bit better. But until we back out here for the Seaman Cinema Sit-Down, I've been the Seaman. I'm signing off. Peace!
Oh. Hey, what's going on? You must be sticking around because you're looking for more content featuring this guy. Well, guess what? You're in the right place. You can check out more videos right here and right here. And if you have and you want to come join that C Maniac Nation, you can hit that subscribe right over there.